All right, thanks for coming back. Lesson 4, we're subtracting integers now. Okay, so if I'm subtracting integers, when I write 5 minus 2, right? I know that I'm starting at 5 and I'm subtracting 2. I'm going back 2 positions, right? If I start at that negative number 4 and I'm going to subtract 2, I'm moving to the left 2 places. So subtraction means I'm moving to the left, right? So just doing these visually, right? Minus 5 here. So I have negative 5 minus 2. I'm looking at this. I'm moving 2 units to the left, and I'm going to start at negative 5. So I'm starting at negative 5, and I'm moving 2 units to the left. So that's subtraction 2, right? So this would equal negative 7. If I'm starting at negative 6 here, okay, and I'm subtracting 1, moving 1 unit to the left, and that would be negative 7. Here, I'm starting at negative 2, okay, and I'm subtracting 3, so I'm going 3 places to the left on the number line. 1, 2, 3, right there, and my answer would be negative 5. Okay, so this should not be something that's new to you. All right, so if I'm taking away, so I'm taking away a positive integer, right? I'm taking it away. If, oops, wrong direction. If I'm subtracting, okay, this is taking away a gain. This is taking away a loss. So what does that mean? Well, if I'm taking away a loss on the number line, I am going to move to the right because I'm taking that loss away. Okay, so what this means is if you have a negative or I'm subtracting a loss, a negative number, this becomes adding. Okay, so we can change that. If I am adding a gain, I am moving right on the number line. If I'm adding a loss, I go left on the number line. And if I'm taking away a gain, I am going left on the number line. So let's just say this again. I am taking away the loss, so I'm going right on the number line, right? If I'm adding a gain, I go right on the number line. I'm adding a loss, I go left on the number line. And I am taking away, I'm subtracting a gain, I go left on the number line. So what does this mean? Just like our awesome belly flopper here, our net gain, we're moving forward. So our forward momentum, we're moving right on the number line. And then all of a sudden, our net loss. We are moving left on the number line and it's being taken away. Minus 3. If I'm starting at negative 3 here, and what am I doing here? I'm adding a gain of 2. So I'm going to go right on the number line, right? Because I'm adding a gain, even though this is my starting position, but I'm adding a gain. So if I'm adding a gain, I go right on the number line. So I start here and I go 1, 2, right? And my answer here would still be negative, but it's negative 1. All right, my starting position is here on the number line, and I am subtracting a gain. Okay, so this would be a plus, right? So I'm subtracting a gain. So right here, that means I need to go left on the number line. So 1, 2, right? And I would end up with negative 5. Here, I am adding a loss. So I'm adding a loss, so I go left on the number line. So I'm starting position is negative 3, and I've lost another 2, so I'm at negative 5 now. This is where a lot of people get messed up. I am subtracting a loss. So if I am subtracting a loss, I'm getting rid of that loss. It's like someone said, hey, you owed me $2, forget about it, right? So now, woohoo, I have that $2 back. I'm not negative that $2 anymore. But I'm starting at the same position, the -3 position, right? And I'm subtracting the loss of 2, so I go right on the number line, 2, and I'm at -1. Okay, now if I think about which ones match each other, okay, so if I look here, these match each other, right? So I could rewrite this as -3 minus 2, which is the same as what this originally was. So if I rewrote this, right, it would match what this one looked like originally. If I were to look at these two, which ended up at the same place, right, this could be rewritten as -3. I have the two negatives there that would a subtraction and the negative number, and I can change those two negatives to the positive there. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more on this, and that makes sense because I'm going to the right. Okay, so another example here, I have -5 minus -2. So a loss of 5 minus a loss of 2. Okay, so on the number line, the 2 is going to move 2 places to the right because I have these two negative numbers, or two negatives, and the two negatives will cancel each other out to make that a positive, right? To make it a plus. So my example here is this is my starting position. I'm going to change colors here. This is my starting position, which is right here on the number line, right? And then I am getting rid of the loss. So I go 2 places to the right, which would be -3. Now, to add to, so if I was going to look at it this way, right? If I was going to add 2, or add -2, so that would be saying like 5 adding -2, right? I would be moving to the 2 positions, 2 units to the left, right? But I am subtracting -2, so I need to do the opposite. I'm going to move those 2 units, but I'm going to move them to the right. Okay, so what that looks like is I'm starting at -5. I'm getting rid of that loss, so I'm going to move 2 units to the right. So I can rewrite this as -5, and those 2 negatives are going to cancel each other out and make that a positive there, and that's going to be 2. So I can rewrite that as that, and it makes it way easier. Okay, so another example. Okay, I am going to move. So if I was going to add this, right? If this was -7 plus -4. Okay, if I was going to add, this should be 4. I would move 4 positions to the left, right? Because that would be -4 there. If I'm going to subtract -4, I'm going to move 4 units to the right. So the opposite. So I start at -7 here, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would equal -3. Okay? Geez, my things are not working very well today, are they? Okay, so when I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite these. So what do these look like? Okay, so if I start, this is my starting position on the number line, and this is how I'm going to move on the number line. So I know that -5, okay, I am going to be moving to the right because I'm adding 2. And that is going to be -3. Okay, my starting position on the number line is -5, and then I'm subtracting 2 more. So I'm owing an extra $2 there. So it's -5, -5 minus 2, and so that's just going to make it more negative, right? I'm owing more money. So that's, I have a net loss now of -7. So what's happening here, okay, is I'm going to subtract. So I can rewrite this equation as -5. Okay, this is -5 plus -2. So I can just write -5 minus 2. And that's going to mean I have a net loss of -7. So I'm moving in that left direction on the number line, getting more negative because I've lost more. Okay, so here I have the double negative. So what it's saying is my starting position on the number line is -5. I am taking away the loss of 2. So I can rewrite this as +2 or a gain of 2, right? So I've gained $2, and then this would be -3. So this would be moving right on the number line. All right, again, just practicing rewriting these because they can get confusing. So this is a gain of 7, and then I'm taking away the loss. And so this means that I have, whoopsies, not this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm taking away that loss, which is going to equal 7 plus 4, right? So I'm moving right on the number line, and that's going to be 11. Okay, just have a look at these and write these out. Writing it out is going to help you remember, and then come back. All right, so this is -8 minus 3. We're moving further left on the number line because we're just adding more losses, and this is going to be -11. Okay, I am taking away the loss, so I can rewrite this as -6 plus 2. Okay, and this is moving right on the number line, and so this is -4. All right, again, I'm taking away that loss. I started at 5 on the number line. I'm taking away the loss, so it's going to be +3, and then that is 8. Okay, and 9 minus 7, moving left on the number line, this is just going to be 2. Okay, so that's it. I have 2 worksheets for you, just a couple on the second worksheet that I wanted you to do just for extra practice, making sure that you understand this. If you're not understanding this, then we are going to be going over this in class.